What's good, everybody? It is a lovely Sunday, and you're seeing my face, so that means y'all know what time it is. It is another episode of one of the greatest podcasts out there, Spotlight Podcast, with your host, Rain Rockstar, Mr. What He Go Do Next. And today's guest is, I got something different for you guys. I got a treat for you guys. I have a uh, beautiful lady that has a smooth jazz sound to an R&B sound, and her voice can hit up to 4 octave. So for a lot of people who don't know what that is, that means it gets very loud, it gets very intense, and as well as it's captivating. Her stage performance is very captivating. It's very elegant and very smooth. So without any further ado, I'm going to introduce Mrs. Felice Tillman. How you
Well,
doing?
hello, Ray Rockstar. Thank you so much.
Thank
Happy
you. Thank
Sunday
you.
night.
Same here.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you for having me on your show.
look, I appreciate you taking the time. I really do. You could have been doing something else. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Um,
My pleasure.
so let's no problem. Let's begin with where you from? Born and raised.
I'm from Washington, D.C., native Washingtonian. Yes,
Okay.
yes. Born and raised.
What was it like
Born
growing
and
up for
raised.
you as a kid in that area?
Wow. It was definitely a lively community feel childhood. I was raised in northwest parts of DC. Used to be called the old Lejoit Park area, which is actually at that time I'm Gen X, so I was born actually a few months after Dr. King was assassinated, and but during that time it was really an area full of middle class, upper middle class blacks. And so I was raised in a home full of music. My grandmother was a jazz pianist and vocalist in her own right. Never got a chance to meet her. Her name was Clara Bow. She passed away when my mom was a little girl. But my mother and my grandmother, I was raised in a home full of music. My mother could perform. My brothers and sisters, all of them are very artistic. My grandmother, of course, like I said, was an amazing jazz pianist. And so music was just everything to me growing up. And
Okay.
so, yeah, man, DC was, I mean, back then it was Chocolate City. It's totally not that now. But, I had a really good, wonderful childhood. Yeah,
So
the oldest of five siblings. So I was the oldest. Yeah,
so when you say Chocolate City, first thing come to mind is hey CC gaming on you. What's going on? What you know
that's
about that
right.
Chocolate City, that Funkadelic?
That's right.
There
Absolutely.
you
And
go.
and
There you go.
the culture of go-go, big, back then you could see like 6 or 7 go-go bands for like $5, so um all of those, different types of culture. The DC culture was vibrant. We said block parties and before
I
all of the crazy,
totally
before the crack
I totally
epidemic
forgot
happened.
about that. Washington had some.
Yeah. Oh my
I
God.
can see
Yeah,
that.
man.
Um,
Yeah.
I totally forgot about go-go music because like when they talk about music and they bring up disco, you get your New Orleans flavor,
Right.
New York, you get the West Coast, you even get the South, but they always leave out go-go. I totally forgot about go-go. And go-go has its own little
What?
thing. Y'all jam though. I got to give y'all that.
Oh yeah. I know that there's like some documentaries out there about the go-go culture and history. There is something on Netflix, I think, but now they have like a
Mhm.
go-go museum, and I mean Chuck Brown just revolutionized, go-go. It's just everywhere. Um, Rare Essence and all those groups back then. But yeah, so music, I was infused with everything from gospel to jazz to go-go to pop. There was no limits in the household for me growing up.
Okay, so let's who was your I'm gonna say your top three artists that you listen to, that you just listen to, you love their music, you love their style, you love everything about them that helped you to build and create your career?
Right. As a child, I mean, I would say definitely the Jackson Five, hands down, the Jacksons. And wow, that's hard. I'm gonna say Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, absolutely. And a third would be probably Sarah, like yeah, Sarah Vaughan. Yeah,
Mm,
because it was a
interesting.
lot of jazz in the household. Yeah, yeah,
Very interesting.
yeah. I have an
So
old
when did
soul.
nothing wrong with that? Look, that's the best music. You want the truth. I love
Yeah,
classic, oldies but a
yeah,
goodie, definitely. Um,
yeah.
so when did you start actually singing and knowing this is what I'm going to do and pursue it?
I would say I've always known that I had a gift of song, of music growing up. I mean, I was a little girl who was like, Mommy, Mommy, introduce me when all of her friends would come over. Because my mom had me at a very young age. My mom had me at like 17. So I would be the entertainment. So, I would be the one singing as a little girl for that. But I would say I went to Duke Ellington High School, the Performing Arts. I auditioned for that, um, and definitely, by sixth grade, it was like I could. This is what I want to do. By definitely
Okay.
by sixth grade. So by the time I had auditioned for Ellington, and I came in my sophomore year, we had to audition to get into the Duke Ellington School of Performing Arts, which is now is
Okay.
still open after all these years. Incredible institution of the performing arts. Got in and started my vocal music education journey. Um, so yeah, man, I knew from the beginning, from a little girl that I could perform. And I remember even in eighth grade graduation, um, I did me and a young lady at that time did a duet of "Be Grateful." That was like a big gospel song back in the day by the Hawkins family, and we did that. And that was in a Catholic high school. I mean, Catholic elementary school.
Mhm.
So that was huge. And after that, when I got into Ellington, it was just off. And after Duke Ellington performing high school, I went on to Virginia Union University and HBCU. Shout out to HBCU. Shout out to VUU in Richmond, Virginia, and received my bachelor's of music and theory. And so very super serious. Always just been very hyper, focused about music and the arts and my gift and song and just wanted to learn and be educated about my instrument because it is in fact an instrument.
Facts.
It's in the body.
I mean,
So,
a four range octave. That's
yeah.
very that's beautiful and impressive. Very, very.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Rain.
When I listen to
Yeah.
your music, because I love music too. I feel like music is not just for the soul, but it's like the soundtrack to life. So when I listen to your music,
Yeah.
you remind me of Anita Baker, um,
Mm,
a little bit of Patty mixed in, and then
yeah.
to add to the back end with your performance, it's very elegant and remind me of Phyllis Hyman as well as Roberta Flack.
All of those iconic women are my influences. So I to hear you say that and to hear people say that to me, I'm just so humbled because I've studied those women for decades. All of them have greatly influenced me as I continue to grow
Right.
older and just immerse myself in those jazz and R&B singers. That's when the women were singers. There was no auto tunes. You just had to flat foot and sing. So yeah, thank you. That's just I love that. Yeah, and I love doing their music. I have my own original music, but they have definitely influenced me. And Shaka Khan, absolutely
Mm,
Shaka.
okay. Because one of your songs, you hit that note. I said, "That's Patty all day. There's no way around that one. That's Patty." And then when I seen the performance, you came out. It was elegant. It reminded me of the Motown Motown school. If that makes sense.
Mm.
Florence Ballard,
Oh wow,
Supreme,
yeah,
um,
yeah.
very
The
well. So
gowns. Yes, yeah. Come on,
so
Ray. I love that you know our history. Oh my God. Yeah, man.
and as you perform, it reminds me of Phyllis Hyman, just without the hat, just without the hat. And the hat was her signature. And you do your thing, but then if you pay
Yeah.
attention to the performance, you got slick. You start scatting on 'em. You slowed it down. You start scatting on 'em. I said, okay, that's what we gonna do. Very, very
That's
captivating.
thank you so much, Rain. I love the voice. Scatting is a form that vocalists do, jazz vocalists do, or vocalists, any vocalists, but especially jazz do to emulate an instrument. And uh, that is definitely my jazz background and my jazz, the love of jazz. And I'm
Mhm.
just thankful that my voice can do that. That I have, studied the art of scouting because it looks easy, but it is not.
I
It
can
is
believe
not.
I couldn't scat to save my life right now. Never waste my time. Who does the production?
So, okay. As a matter of fact, a dear friend of mine who we also went to Ellington together, his name is Damone Arnold. D, we call him D. Dreamy Entertainment. He lives out in Pasadena, California now, but he is from the DMV area. Went to Ellington together. We used to perform together when we were teenagers, like in the band. But he is a major producer now, and have been for some years. He's wrote for Jamie Foxx, Mickey Howard, um, Gerald
Okay.
Albright. So he and I teamed up to do my production for my first R&B solo soul sound called Brighter Love. That was my first original that I released in 2023. And then we teamed up again for Tell Me All About It, which is a smooth jazz cover tune by Michael Franks for all
Okay.
of that. He's incredible. And then I worked with him again. It's just like we just, like Tony in LA, that's he's my LA, he's my baby face. And we worked together on my latest album called Soulful Tales that I released in November of 2024.
Okay.
So yeah, Damone Honor, shout out to Damone. He is brilliant producer, musician, composer. Um, he's just he knows how to bring out the best sound in the artists that he's working with, and knows how to create the instrumentation around the body of the music and the melody.
Okay.
So when he and I work together, we're literally on. I'm sending him voice notes and text, and we're doing FaceTime calls because he's in LA. Um, this is what I hear, Damone. This is a melody. This is a chord. This is, and we're having a conversation about the music and
Hmm.
what, he's asking me, okay, what do you want? What is the music saying? What do you want it to play, translate? And then he just goes off and does that production. So that's how that flow. That's how we flow in that.
Cause on Soulful Tales, I definitely
Mhm.
I listened to it a couple times, and as I listen to it, I hear a little bit like a Herb Albert mixed in with a Wayman Tinsdale.
Yes.
Okay, not bad.
Wow. That's awesome, man. Yeah. Yes, yes. And we I used musicians that I have worked with in the DMV area in DC area on that album. Al Carter is on guitar on I Can't Forget. That's that Latin funk infusion we have.
Okay.
Um, he played the Spanish guitar on that. And then we have another gentleman, Eugene Chapman, is on sax that did the remake of Push Me Away that was done by the Jackson 5 on their tribute album, which is like in the 70s, 77. And then
Mm.
another gentleman, Stan Cooper, is on lead guitar. So I believe in, bringing in the musicians
Hmm.
so we can have that instrumentation and not just, not just drum tracks and tracks. So
Right.
that's important to me. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, at one particular time, you brought in, you had a session. You brought in session musicians, or you brought in people for the dynamic. And one thing I
Yeah.
do respect about the newer generation as we speak right now, some producers are adding real bass, real drums, real
Yeah.
conga, real
Yeah.
piano, and
Yeah.
that's beautiful because the art's not lost. It's like it's got to be rediscovered. And then I'm gonna say then you got
Right.
artists from the '90s, the '80s, the '70s, and '60s who did a lot of music and they're still around. So why not actually have them come in the studio to suck up that vibe to put them on there
Yes.
compared to looping a track? But I mean, to
Right.
each his own. Um,
Right. Right. Right.
when you go in the studio,
Yes.
what's things that you must have to record or to enjoy your session? What do you have to have on deck? Whether it's a juice, something to eat, whatever. What is
Some M&Ms, No, actually, for me, um, definitely, I have definitely had my water. Water is just like I got to stay hydrated. Got to keep the vocal cords moist. Um, I also will have like my low energy. I got my low energy drink. I'll pop a little bit of that actually before the studio. Um, the place that I'm in, it has a nice kind of a warm lighting. I don't like bright fluorescent; it's just too much. But
okay?
then I don't want it pitch dark either, so because I got to see my engineer. But yeah, I like that, like a nice, mellow lighting in the studio. Um, Definitely got to have my phone and my camera if I'm taking some behind the scenes because my followers, I want to keep them, you know, um, updated on what I'm doing. So I got to get my social media content together and things like
Right.
that. Um, and I do not. I have a nice meal before the studio, like a few hours before.
Okay.
I don't eat. I may have like some, crackers or something like that, but um, because that's just I like to be fully just no, growling of the stomach or none of that. So man, yeah, definitely but those are my elements that I need, and of course, mentally to be in a space where I am, um, you know, I'm free to whatever I'm dealing with. It could be personal things or something or whatever happened because life is always lifing. I
Fact.
shift. I pray and I shift and I meditate to shift that out so that I can concentrate and do the work that I need to do. Because there has been times where I'm performing a song about heartbreak and I could be going through that. You know what I'm saying? But and that brings right the feel and the emotion to the song. At the same time, I have to be clear enough where I'm not, you know, unfocused. Cause
Emotional.
I can't, yeah, I can't make my target because I'm only in here for 6 hours. Yeah, booked this. I booked this studio for 6 hours, and I got to make it do what it do in that time. So
Definitely.
I think that's a great thing for every artist if they're listening. When they listen, when you go in that studio, be so well rehearsed and so focused and disciplined. Let everything go at the door and just do what you need to do and execute it and have
Hmm.
fun while you're doing it. Yeah.
Definitely. Um, on the song "Push Me Away," you said that was a remake of the Jacksons, correct?
Yes. So yes.
Go ahead. I want to hear this. Go for it. Shoot.
So the Push Me Away is an amazing, beautiful song about heartbreak. And I heard it in a room. I was somewhere out and it was on a music playing like an elevator or a lobby or something. I was like, oh my God, I haven't heard that song in years. And that was on their tribute album. This was before Mike, before the Off the Wall album, which was huge and amazing with Quincy Jones. This was the Jackson 5. This was like their tribute. It's called Tribute. The album was called Tribute. Um, and man, I was like, I got to do it. I had thought about another song to do for the album. I knew I was going to do a cover. I had another artist in mind, but when I heard that thing pulled on me, it wouldn't let me go, right? So I was like, okay, let me breathe some new life into it. Let me put some let me, and that's huge to touch a mic, to touch anything of the Jacksons. You got to know what the hell you're doing. So
Facts. That's
I
what I was
called up.
getting at. Facts.
Listen, I was like, ah. I called up to Moan, and I was like, this is what I want to do. Are we ready? Can we do this? He was like, let's do it. Let's go. And oh my God, I during the recording of that, when we re-recorded, um, Tito passed. Remember
Mm.
when Tito passed away? And I was like, oh
Hmm.
wow, like because he and Michael wrote that song, and it's a
Okay.
song about I want you close to me. I'm missing you, but you push me away. And so those type of vulnerability songs, especially by men writing things like that, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta do this one. Because we can all relate about that type of feeling. So yeah. So when I added that
Yeah.
sax, added yeah, so yeah. That's a lover. UK, my UK listeners, they love, 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 love that song.
You definitely did your thing with that song, and I brought that up because a lot of people, selective artists, their songs can't be touched, can't be remade, and when it takes heart to remake it, and then when you remake it and you're satisfied as well as the masses are satisfied, it's a beautiful thing because some
It's
people make a
beautiful.
remake and you be like, what was they thinking? But you
What were
did
they
your thing,
thinking? Thank
but you did
you.
it your way, and that's
Yeah.
beautiful because that's you didn't try
Yeah.
to stick to the standards. You literally added your flavor, your production's flavors, and you made a beautiful piece. Definitely,
Thank you so
I can
much.
congratulate
Thank
you
you
for that one.
so much, Rain. Thank you. Thank
No
you so
problem.
much. That I'm hoping Mike and Tito are smiling down. I believe they are.
Definitely. I was about to ask, have you actually ran into any of them to present the song? Hey, this is what I redid to you guys or anything?
Oh, I would love that. Can you imagine the Jackson family for those that are still living like Jan? Oh my God. If I get that
Facts.
opportunity, listen, yeah. And you know what? I'm wondering because I know copyright because I have to ask permission. Like, and it's all digital now,
Hmm.
so you never know. Maybe she did hear and was like, okay, look.
Facts.
I don't know.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
yeah.
Let's talk about the song "Tell Me About It." How did that come about?
So Tell Me All About It is a song written and produced and performed by the amazing Michael Franks. Michael Franks is an incredible artist that's been in it for many, many decades. Um, he is known for his smooth jazz vocals as well as his brilliant songwriting. Um, so I've been in love with Michael Franks for many, many years. And that particular song has been remade by the late great Natalie Cole. Natalie Cole did that
Okay.
remake like in the 90s. And so I love some Natalie Cole too. Another one of my influences. But I knew that I wanted to do a smooth jazz tune, and hearing I was looking through my catalog of like, what could I redo to put my own, in it. And I was like, what about Tell Me All About It? Because I love that. That's one of my favorite songs that he does, amongst others. And I decided, okay, let's do Tell Me All About It. So Brighter Love was my first the original one. And then after that, I was like, okay, Damone, this isn't what we're gonna do. He was like, okay, let me hear what you got. He heard it. And I was like, let's put, the smooth jazz. The dance on doing covers is that you have to breathe your own instrument, your own flavor in it, but you can't take too much liberties and rearrange the entire song because
Right.
legally you'll get in trouble. Number one, the number two, it just doesn't. That's you got to tread that lightly.
Right.
So tell me all about it. Is a song that you talking to your lover. It's one of those, hey, I'm lonely. I'm a lousy loner. Call my number. Come be with me. Greg, tell me all about it. I want to be in your arms. I want to. So, uh, I love music and romantic music like that and passionate music. And it's classy. It's not, it's not trashy. It's not trashy. So yeah, we did that, and that's another one that people love. And I also have like a live version of it, and I put like a
Really?
bossa nova. We did like a bossa nova spin on it and put
Mm.
some of that bossa nova feel to it. Yeah, yeah,
So do me a favor. Let everybody know where to find your music and where to contact you or to be
yeah.
able to check out a performance or two.
Sure. So um, let's start with the social media handles. So I am on Facebook. I have two pages. Felice Tillman is my Facebook business page that you can listen. You can follow me for all of everything. And then Felice Antoinette is my personal page. And I put all my good music and everything up there as well. On if you're an IG, I'm Felice 2000. That's my handle on IG. And in terms of where you can get my music, you can get my music anywhere that music is digital, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora. What else is there? YouTube. I'm everywhere. Wherever you listen to music, if you type in Felice Tillman, you will see my music. I also have a web page. It is www.felicesouljazz.com. FeliceSoulJazz.com. You can come visit me and then actually hear my music, download my music, pay, get your music track that you like or the album or whatever. And also have a calendar of where I'm performing. So actually, Rain, my birthday is tomorrow. I have a
Happy
birthday
birthday. Happy.
tomorrow. Thank you. It's cancer season, and then I have a show on Tuesday at in Washington D.C. So if any of your listeners are in the Washington D.C. area, I'm going to have a show at the legendary Blues Alley. It is a jazz supper club in Georgetown, and I have two shows. This one is at 7 and one's at 9:30. And
Okay.
tickets are at bluesalley.com. And you'll see it's like a calendar of events, and you'll see Felice Tillman celebrating. I'm going to have a birthday soiree, and me and my band. I'm going to have a gentleman by the name of Steve Garrison on sax, Dr. Steve Garrison, and my amazing musicians, and we're just going to have a great time. So that's what's happening this week for me.
It sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What about are we doing a tour or anything?
So we are working on a tour. We are working on that. We are working on the tour. So, and I'm also open to doing, going overseas. I'm going to be in Panama in a few weeks. And, you know, the type of music and the type of listeners that I get from the radio and internet radio that's just exploding. I'm open to traveling and doing music into Brazil and UK and Panama. So me and my team is putting all of the pieces together for that. That's a bigger lift to do it to get all that together. But yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So when the tour happens, I will definitely got to be back on your
Sound
show.
like
We
a
got to
plan
talk
to me.
about
Then
it.
you definitely
Yes,
sound like a
yes,
plan to me. Um, you said you charted over the UK. What was that
yeah.
experience like?
Amazing. Just
When you was
uh
over in the when you wait a minute, say that again.
so I have excuse me, pardon. When I release my music, internet is everywhere, and you can see what's going on. I get a lot of ever since my single "Bridal Love" was released in 2023, um, I've just been getting a lot of radio DJs and promoters, programmers that have just been tagging me on the internet or send me an email like, "We love your music. It's being played on this radio station." And I also track my music because of the different radio reports that I get. So yeah, man, I charted at like at number 7 on the top 100. I Can't Forget
Okay.
was like the number one download in Amazon like over the holidays. And so I've just continued to build upon those relationships in the UK. And have always embraced good music, soul, good music. They love it. There's no color trip with them. They're not. You don't have to be in the top, Billboard, whatever. They just love good music and good artistry. And so, yeah, man, UK. I got some listeners in Japan and Germany and Brazil. Because
Congratulations.
thank you. The beauty of today is that once your music starts streaming, it just goes. You know,
Mhm.
and then you can
Facts.
kind of you start capturing metrics like, wow, I got listens, and then Spotify and iTunes is sending you reports. You can see what's
Mhm.
who's listening and what's the demographic. So it's very exciting, and um, it makes it all worthwhile to know that people are listening to the music, loving the music, and just appreciating all the hard work that I do, because it is hard work to be an indie artist. So
Facts.
yeah,
Very, very.
yeah.
Um, what's the new projects coming up? What are we working on new or in the works? Can we get a secret on
So
that?
so there is something in the pot that I'm stirring. I'm working on a single right now. So I'm right in the creative stages of it's I have a lot of songs that's like, okay, which one do I want to start working on to release? What's going to be the next single? So I'm two of them are competing with me. So I'm like having conversations on which one is going to be, because I got to pick one. I'm going to do one single at a time, and then another single, and then like another
Mm.
album. Like I kind of like that type of rhythm. So we are in July. So
Okay.
hopefully by probably January of next year, I'm going to pop off the new year with some new music. Yeah. And maybe even
Hey,
sooner. We'll
we're
see. We'll
waiting,
see.
and we definitely want to see it.
We'll
Um,
see. Yeah. Yeah.
you know what? What's so funny is you just said something that's a good idea for a song.
Uh-oh. What did
You
I
were saying
say?
competing, kind of like a competing or like a conversation with yourself. That'd be a dope song if you just sit there and I'm not gonna say word it
Mm.
right. I'm gonna say put it together, stir it together, like you're having a conversation with yourself, but you got to figure is it going to be a love song? Is it going to be like a in between, just a good song? But if you can figure out how to make that work, that'll be a nice
Wait
dish
a
right there. I
minute. That
promise you
you
that
might be
much.
onto something. Huh. Yeah. Because as a
Huh?
lyricist, because I hear melodies first before I hear words. I hear music first.
Okay.
And so I mean, literally, sometimes it comes to me in my dreams. It's waking me up in the middle of the night. I'm having to pull out my phone and record. I mean,
Hmm.
my music, it lives. Music is
Understood.
powerful,
It's
very
real. Yes,
powerful.
facts. Very true.
It's spiritual, absolutely. And
Hmm.
in times like today, for we really need good healing, good music to calm the soul, because there's a lot of upheaval and craziness going on. And so as artists, that's that's what I'm responsible for. So
Facts. Facts.
yeah.
Well, definitely. You're more than welcome back anytime. You got you're on tour. You got new
Yeah.
projects. You're acting or anything. Definitely give me a ring, and you're
Okay,
more.
I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna hold you to that. And we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna have a conversation and talk about it. I promise you that much. But like I said, I definitely appreciate you taking your time the day before the birthday to sit down and have a conversation with me. Definitely.
You are so welcome, Ray, and I just thank you so much for it's so funny. People discover, it's like, who is this artist? And so when you reached out to me, it's like, oh my God, I got to have you on my show. I just appreciate you. Thank you for what you do for the independent artists, because we're out here, those of us that are making real good music, that that we the real ones, as they
Mm,
say, we the real ones. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
no problem. Enjoy your day. You're welcome back anytime. Let me know about your projects and congratulations on your success. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Felice Tillman has spoke to y'all, let y'all know what to do, and definitely check her music out. It's available on all streaming sites, and it's something for everybody in there. If you're into jazz, you're going to get that. You're into contemporary, you're going to get that. If you're into the R&B soul, you're going to get that. And definitely check her YouTube out because you're going to love her
Yes.
performance. It's relaxing, smooth,
Oh
get
my
you a
gosh.
environment. Enjoy
I
it.
forgot about my YouTube shout out. Yeah, Felice.
Do it.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, everybody.
What's the YouTube real quick?
My YouTube channel is, hold on, it is Felice T. Just Felice T. Yep. You can say Felice T. I got some live show videos up on YouTube. Yeah.
Y'all heard it, Felice T. Check her out right here on
Felice
Spotlight
T.
Podcast. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I
Take care.
appreciate you too, Ray. Have a good
Uh-huh.
one.
You too. Like I said, man, dealing with Spotlight Podcast, you just never know what we're gonna have for you. What type of anywhere from artist to a poet to spoken word to businesses, business owners rather. I'm sorry, and that's why I tell everybody to tune in. And as always, this is sponsored and brought to you by Carolina Made Beverage. It is a craft soda, black owned out of the Carolinas, a variety of flavors, even a sports drink with an alkaline water. So if you're interested or just out of curiosity want to taste, check out carolinaMadeBev.biz, or you can go to Carolina Made Beverage on Instagram, or holla at me and we can definitely get you a nice case or a nice bottle. Give you something different. Like I say, craft soda has a smoother taste, not as harsh or as fizzy as a lot of other sodas. And of course, we got a Suge Knight brand clothing and rockin' vodka. I definitely want to give a thanks out to the Imperial team and the Imperial brand. We're working on a lot of different things. And I just got off the phone today. Imperial Radio is still in effect. Hopefully, it would be active within the next 30 to 60 days. So get ready for some good music. Get ready to enjoy yourself. And as always, if you're looking for me, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Rain Rockstar, or TikTok at Rain underscore 4977, and YouTube at Rain Spotlight 4977. I gotta go. I will see you in the stars.